this started out on a day when I went to Disneyland, and every time I go to Disneyland, I eat all the food they have to offer there. It's all overpriced, but I eat it anyways because it's like really good to me. So it's like a tradition. So usually I have a pass, so I go like 3 to 4, like I go to law actually. I probably go like 3 times a week sometimes, like late at night. So it was a Friday, so I just gotten paid, and so I was gonna eat the whole park. I was like gonna eat everything, and being on the rides, moving you around a lot, like really didn't like sit well with my stomach, and like I was warned too. Like I was like, you're probably gonna feel really sick later. And I was like, oh no, I'll be fine. So as a result, I got really sick. I felt like I was gonna throw up, and I thought I was like, maybe I just have to like go poop and I'll feel fine, But yeah, it was like towards the end of the night when we were walking back like to the trams and stuff, and I was just like, oh, I don't feel so good. And then as we get into the car, like it's really hard to concentrate because I'm like feeling really sick and like I don't feel so good. I was like, maybe I can just sleep it off tonight and I'll feel better tomorrow morning because I had an 8-hour shift at 8 a.m. So I was just like, I hope I feel better tomorrow. So then I go home, like go to the restroom, like, oh, like I'll feel better. So I go to bed, and I'm tossing and turning the whole night. My stomach's like not feeling good, like I feel really nauseous, and I'm just regretting like eating all that food, but I know I'm probably gonna do it the next time when I go back anyways. So I wake up the next morning to go to my shift, and I feel a little bit better. I'm just like, okay, I feel fine, like I can do this. And then I finally stroll into work, and I kind of just like gonna ask like my manager, like, can I go home early? So then I was like, she was like, oh, in her little voice, she was like, there's no one to cover you, so you're gonna have to stay. And I was like, oh, okay, so that's fine. So I'm doing my thing, and where I work at, it's like a birthday party place for kids, and like they just come in, and they jump on like giant jumpers inside a warehouse, and I'm in charge of like taking care of like 50 people in one party. So I was like, oh, like I don't know if I could do this because like you have to be like really like outgoing and like attentive to everyone. So like the whole time I was just like putting on a fake smile. I was like, yeah, I can get this for you. Yeah, I can do this. And then after a while, I was just like, okay, I'm not starting to feel so good anymore. So then I go back outside, and I was telling my manager, I was like, hey, I'm not really feeling good right now at all. Like I don't know if I can make it through the rest of the day. And she tells me, she was like, I'm really sorry, but there's no one to do anything. Like we can't really do anything for you right now. And like in my mind, like, are you serious? Like I feel so bad. Like I'm sweating. Like I feel cold. Like all at once. And I was just like, oh my god, I'm really gonna throw up right now. So I walked to the bathroom, and whenever I go to the bathroom, and I was like, I knew if I threw up, then I'd feel a lot better. So then, like, whenever I think of cheese pretzels, like, that makes me want to throw up because, like, they're really nasty to me. So I go to the bathroom, and, like, clockwork, I'm, like, looking at the toilet, and I'm just thinking about it, and it just, like, comes out, like, into the toilet, like, projectile vomiting. And I don't know if you ever, like, anyone's ever had, like, that drunk friend, like, they're, like, leaning over the toilet. Like, I was vomiting so intensely, and, like, I didn't have time to breathe, and I was, like, trying to catch my breath, and it was coming out my nose and everything like that. And I was, like, I was like, oh my god, this is probably, like, I gotta go home now. I was, like, really excited as I'm, like, yakking up all, like, this food. And then, like, I'm just, like, slumped over the toilet, like, I was that, like, sick. I was just, like, trying to catch my breath. And I was, like, oh my god, like, I'm gonna ask right now. So then I'm like cleaning it up because like I missed like part of the toilet. It's like on the floor and like a little bit on the walls. So I'm like grabbing toilet paper, wiping it all up from the walls and stuff. And I was like really worried, like they probably think I'm taking like a big dump right now. So I was like really scared. So I walk out, and I was just like, hey, I just kind of threw up in there right now, like a lot. And like, can I go home? And then she tells me, she was like, you know what? You already made it 4 hours. Like, come on, you could just finish like the rest of the shift. And I was like, are you serious? Like in my mind, like, oh my god, like I fucking hate you. Like I really need to go home right now. Like I'm gonna throw up on all these kids. Like they all smell like ass. Like I can't. So I was like, you know what? You got this, Joseph. Like you can do it. You made it 4 hours. You're gonna get paid. It's gonna be like really. It's gonna be fine. So like I'm just like walking around like a zombie. I'm like, yeah, I can get this for you. And I'm just like, I don't even care if the kids get hurt. Like some girl like got hurt, and I was like, and I was like, this, and then. Finally, she says, like, okay, it's time to close, like, all the parties left. I'm like, everyone get out. Like, not really in my mind I was like, being paid, like, oh, have a nice day. So then we're cleaning up, I'm doing it really fast, like, mopping up the floors from, like, the room where they eat the cake and stuff like that. And I'm, like, doing it so fast, such a bad job, like, I'm, like, hiding, like, trash behind, like, these boxes that we have in the rooms. And then she finally checks the room, and she's like, okay, yeah, you can go home now, like, everything's all good. So as soon as she said that, I'm, like, out the door, I'm running to my car, I'm going, like, 90 on the freeway, like, I don't care, like, I just know I need to get home right now. Like, it was, like, my bed seemed like the best thing in the world. I get home, I literally just, like, tear off my clothes, like, if I could really do that. And, like, I jump in my bed, and as soon as my head hit the pillow, it was, like, the best feeling in the world. Like, nothing could compare to it. It was just really good, and that was the best and worst day of my life, because I was sick, and I got paid. So.